TK421, wire 2 at your post. TK421, do you copy?
Hello, this is Pilot TK421, leaving my post to bring you a post. Alright everybody, I do have some heavily medicated gameplay coming up for you. This is going to be a really short game, but I wanted to cover a topic that came up in the comments section of my channel here, and that was pilots, and why should we promote them and what do they do? So I thought I would cover that in a quick video and then bring you some quick heavily medicated gameplay from my Game Center account here. But in order to go into the pilots, I'm going to need to first upgrade a pilot here, and I will have to then go over to my Steam account to explain a little bit more in depth on why we need pilots and what they actually do. So first off, I'm going to probably just promote this pilot here for the Blitz because, well, I wouldn't mind having an extra skill on this guy. So as you can see, I've already got Speed Shooter Punisher and it's a blue skill, and the regular pilots, they only go up to a purple rarity for skills, and that's their max tier for levels. Whereas a legendary pilot will actually go one level beyond that to a gold level, and if you can, instead of running a regular pilot on, say, a robot that doesn't have a legendary pilot for it, take a legendary pilot for a different robot. Sure, you won't have the main skill available, but all of the other skills that you would have for a regular pilot will then be able to be up to a gold level if you ever don't feel like changing out a regular pilot for a limited edition, or if they just don't have a limited edition for that specific robot. But yeah, I recommend using a legendary pilot in a regular robot that doesn't have a legendary pilot, just because it can get gold skills. So now that I explained that, I will quickly upgrade the pilot here. We'll click on the promote here, and as you can see, it costs $500 at 500 gold at level 10 to promote him to level 11. At level 20 it'll go up by 500 to 1,000 gold, and at level 30 it'll be 1,500, at level 40 it'll be 2,000, and 2,500 at level 50. So let's just go ahead and promote the pilot here. And as you can see, it will give me skills for the Ardent Blitz or the Punisher, and it'll grab one random skill from either the robot side or the weapon side, and I will go into those shortly here. Okay, and we got Suppressor Blitz. That's kind of cool. I actually didn't mind getting that. I was actually going to be getting Suppressor for this, and basically it increases the amount of suppression by an additional 2.5%. And yeah, that's added on to the original suppression, which I believe is a 75%, so that brings it up to 77.5%. And once you upgrade that to, say, a blue level, it'll take it up by another 1.25% for just your base level 1 skill. And as you get more experience, this will increase to a maximum of X percentage. I don't remember what it is for the regular skill, but yeah, I'll probably end up saving some gold and turning this one blue. I think it costs 500 gold to change it from a regular skill to a blue skill, but sometimes the bonus that you get is well worth the 500 gold. So that's pretty much the basics of how to promote a pilot, and kind of why we should promote a pilot. And I'm going to switch over to my Steam account here so that I can go a little bit more in depth on why it's a good idea and what kind of skills to be looking for your pilots. So with that being said, I will duck on out and I will log into my Steam account, and I will be right back, so stick around. Alright, and I'm here on my Steam account to finish up the section that I'm doing on pilots and promoting them, and why we should actually promote them and the benefits that they can have for the robot. And overall, you can see that, on the gift bringer here, I'm using this one because it's got the highest level pilot in my inventory right now, which is Nicholas Wattinson. It's one of the pilots that I've had, well, for the longest time anyway, on a single robot. But as you can see, the stats here are fairly decent for, level 9 or whatever for a Fenrir. But if we take a look at the pilot skills, we get to do some interesting things with it. And these ones right here, these 5, the first 5 here, I think are some of the more important ones to get for most of my pilots, at least for my style of gameplay. Might be different for other people, but I find this sort of setup helps out for pretty much any type of match that you're going to come across, whether it be like team deathmatch or beacon rush, domination, or even free-for-all. Out of the 5 basic abilities that I try to get for most of my pilots, I've got Dodger, which will decrease the amount of cooldown that my active modules take. So a 20-second cooldown would take only 15 seconds at that point in time. And then we've got Armor Expert Fenrir, which gives another 10% durability to the robot, which is actually quite a bit for the Fenrir, considering its hit point pool is fairly large even at level 9. And then I've got Mechanic, which heals me for 0.5% of my health every single second, but you wouldn't think it does a lot, but it actually adds up to quite a bit of health regen, especially if you sort of play a little bit of a peekaboo style type of gameplay where you pop out and blast someone for a bit and then hide again, waiting for a cooldown on the ability or something, And then I've got Roadhog, which increases the base speed of the Fenrir by 9.75%, and if we're to say upgrade that to like a gold, it would be 12.3%. And same with like the Armor Expert for the Fenrir, it would give me 12.5% durability instead of 10 if I were to upgrade it to gold. And then I've got stuff like Modules Expert, which gives a 25% increase in the duration of an active module, like your healing modules, or Quantum Radar, or Shield Breaker, or Deathmark. It affects all modules, but those are some of the more useful ones that I think, anyway, you could use Modules Expert with. And I've got Tough Guy Fenrir, which will give me another 15%, so that combined with the Armor Expert gives me an additional 25% durability, which is actually a substantial increase in durability. But I do have a negative on here, which will minus my weapons damage by 2.5%. But I picked up the Master Gunsmith to balance that out, because I believe at level, well, once this is maxed out, I should be at around, I think maybe 5% if I upgrade it to a gold status. At least it used to be. They might have changed it, I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that, but I think it does. I was looking at the Revenant pilot, who has similar abilities, and it only goes up to 3.2% at a gold skill, but well, even if it is only 3.2%, it will still wipe out the minus damage, and I'll at least be doing even damage. I won't have like negative taken off of my weapons damage for using the tough guy. And that's pretty much some of the cooler stuff that you can do with pilot skills and whatnot. As I said, I kind of like to use these ones as these first 5 here as sort of basic core abilities for any pilot, whether it be a brawler, a sniper, or mid-range support or whatever. But like I said, that's about it for pilot skills and some of the benefits to upgrading them and stuff like that. And I don't have very good modules on here because I'm using them for other stuff right now, but what you can do is if you're out in the battlefield and you don't have any of the modules equipped, you can actually figure out where your Fenrir is weak. For example, if you're taking too much damage, you can add some armor kits, or if it isn't quite putting out enough damage, you can add a nuclear reactor or something like that. Or if you're finding you're getting locked down too often, you can add like an anti-control module or something like that to sort of bring out the positives and lessen the negatives that come with modifying pilots and whatnot. And then the nice thing is if you can manage to use your pilot skills and your modules to balance out your robot and build to where it is doing fairly good damage and able to take a fair amount of abuse before it goes down, then yeah, that means that you can pretty much use your drone to spec out for extra damage or extra defense or even extra stuff like, say, status control effects or something like that if you're running weapons that can apply status effects. But yeah, hopefully some of you find this useful and handy, and yeah, hope you enjoyed this. But I think that I'm going to duck on out, and I will bring you some heavily medicated gameplay from my Game Center account now. It's a relatively short match, but it was a fun match nonetheless, so yeah, stick around.